Now that we've got our routing stuff all set up, we're going to start working on our header, where we need to make sure that a user can click on these different buttons to navigate around our application. So let's open up our header component inside of our header components directory. So here's header.js. At the top, we'll immediately import the link helper from our routes file inside the root project directory. Remember, the link helper is what allows us to create a link tag that a user can use to actually navigate around themselves. So we're going to go up one directory and get the routes file. Again, do keep in mind that we're using our curly braces here because we are pulling off one possible thing that the routes file exports. All right, so let's find our menu tag right here. At present, we're using some menu.item components to show each of those individual cells on the screen. Now here's something that's going to be just a little bit of a pain. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a little bit of a pain. We've been using menu.item inside of here so far. Unfortunately, menu.item and this link tag that we're trying to use, the styles of each of these two components clash with each other, and they end up looking really goofy. So rather than using a menu.item component to wrap these link tags we're going to create, we're instead going to use only a link tag. So we're going to delete the existing menu.item and we're going to replace it with a link tag instead. And we're doing this entirely because the styling between these two components end up conflicting with each other and it looks really goofy. So for our header, or kind of like the logo on the left-hand side, we're going to place an instance of the link tag. Whenever we place a link tag, we have to specify the route that a user should go to if they click on this button. Now this left-hand text over here, or this first link tag that we're placing, is going to be used for our logo on the left-hand side. So we probably want to make sure that if a user clicks on this button right here, they go back to the root route of our application. So I'm going to tell this link tag that if anyone clicks on it, I want them to go to the route /, like so. Then inside of here, we're going to place an anchor tag. Now that might be a little bit surprising because I just said a second ago that the link tag right here creates an anchor tag for us. That's not entirely correct. The link tag right here is actually a generic wrapper component that doesn't add in any HTML of its own. Instead, it wraps its children with a click event handler. So if anyone clicks on any of its children, it's going to automatically navigate the user around the page. So traditionally, we put an anchor tag directly inside this thing, which is what is going to give it that nice kind of underline effect whenever we use a link tag on some plain text. Now I am going to give the anchor tag a class name of item, like so. The class name of item right here is what restores some of our semantic UI styling and is going to get this anchor tag to look really nice. Then inside the anchor tag itself, I'm going to place the text that I want the tag to show. So in this case, I'm going to give it our application name of CrowdCoin. I'll then save this and we'll test it out inside the browser. All right, so back over here, here's our refresh. All right. And so now if I hover over this thing over here, you'll notice that it's got the nice hover effect. And on the bottom left-hand side of my browser, you'll notice it also displays a link of localhost 3000. So if I now click on this, I should basically have nothing happen because we're already at this page. But if I do a right click and open link in new tab, you'll notice that it takes us right back to the root route. Cool, so it looks like that's working correctly. Let's now use this same approach right here for the campaigns and the create campaign button as well. I'm going to delete those two menu items. And then rather than do a bunch of extra typing, I'm just going to copy down the existing link that we just put together. So I'm going to copy this thing and I'm going to paste it twice inside of the menu.menu. So this first one right here is supposed to be a link to our campaign list. So it's going to have a text of campaigns. And then in this case, it's going to go to the exact same route as the logo on the left-hand side. So yeah, we have two identical links here, but hey, at the end of the day, we really want to make sure that the user is able to navigate back to this root route. So two links is totally fine. However, the last link on here is in fact going to go to a completely different route. If a user clicks on this one, we want to take them to campaigns/new. where they can use that form to make a new campaign. So rather than have an anchor tag that says crowd coin on this one, we'll have it just show that little plus, like so. All right, so let's now test this out. We'll wait for the refresh. Looks like the hot module kicked in. So now I should be able to click on the plus to go to our form. Okay, there it is. And I should be able to click back on campaigns to go back to the campaign index. All right, so it looks like everything is working out just fine. So now we can easily navigate around our application by using the header. Let's continue in the next video where we're going to set up our create campaign button, the blue one right here. And we're also going to make sure that we can use this view campaign link to go and look at a particular campaign as well. So quick break and we'll tackle those two pieces of navigation in just a moment.